What's up, everybody? I'm Hoser,
Gary,
Luis,
and this is Keggercast.
All right, man.
So today we have three kings. You guys are based in Imperial?
Yeah, Imperial.
Based in Imperial. They will be performing at the Loopapalooza Chuck Fest on March 21st, and they brought some merchandise. Three Kings caps, got buttons and stickers.
Find us on Instagram, Facebook.
And so you're the guitarist,
Guitar player, singer.
and you're a drummer?
I'm a drummer.
Nice. So how'd you guys meet? I mean, have you guys been playing for a while, or?
Well, the story goes that I met Luis at he sold me a car. He worked at Nissan, man. So I met him at Nissan. He sold me my truck and my car, and we talked about music, about how much we love music and what have you. And then he kind of like we went apart. We didn't see each other, and then like 3 years later, he found me on Facebook, and then he's like, "Hey, dude, you know, I record at my house. I do this." And I told him, "Hey, dude, I want to record an album." And I said, "All right, cool." He's like, "Come on over, man. We can record, do whatever and stuff." And then he was like, "You know what? Like, hey, man, you want to do a band? You want to make a band?" But the thing was that we had to be in 100%.
Mm-hmm.
That's one thing he told me. He's like, "Dude, we're not going to be messing around and shit. It's going to be in 110% in this band and what have you." And here we are, man. I mean, it took off. It's taken off. Like I never thought it would take off like that.
Yeah. He had hired me to do an album. I was running I decided to build Redline Studios, my own personal recording joint.
How long have you been doing that for?
What would I call it? 2 years now? About 2 years. And he was actually one of my first 3 customers.
Oh, nice.
And he came in, he recorded, got solid 2-3 songs with a backup of 4 or 5 that we never got back to. And yeah, I was digging what he was writing, and I had been extremely inactive for 4 years. I'd been in and out of bands that past year. Things weren't working out, and let's just sit down and jam. And it took off extremely fast.
So what will you label your type of music with? What do you label your genre?
Well, it's hard rock. I mean, look, Rock is in some heavy. He likes heavy music. That's why his drumming is the way he plays. I'm into like classic rock. I'm into the Led Zeppelin and all this whatever and stuff. And then our bass player Gilbert is not here. He's into classic rock too, but he's into
Modern rock.
Yeah, and Espanol and rock and all this stuff. So you combine this dude's heavy drums. And then Gilbert's energy, man. This dude has energy. I don't know if you've ever seen us play. This guy's everywhere. He jumps everywhere and stuff. And then with my classic rock kind of influence and stuff, and we put it all together, and we come out with this energy, man. Because we're loud, but we come out. I think we come out with this power because everybody always tells us that it's like this, like they don't expect us when they see us, and when we play, and then afterward they're like, "Holy crap! It's like a freaking freight train." Hit us right in the face, and you know that's the reaction I love, dude. And stuff.
Extremely dynamic.
Yeah,
it's extremely dynamic. I've been in bands before, and some of them for a pretty lengthy amount of time. And this one right here is like, I'm the heavy metal head. I play guitar too. I'm all.
He sings too. He also sings in the band.
Kill switch, engage as I lay down the predominantly heavy stuff. You know, this guy comes to me with the Led Zeppelin stuff, and then Gilbert comes to me with a more modern rock taste music.
Yeah.
You put all that in a pot, and we sound. People have thrown it our way that we sound like the Winery Dogs.
Yeah.
You know, you have the intricacy of Mike Portnoy, the solos of Richie, and the energy of Billy. You know,
and our bass player sings
out.
too. So we're all singing. We all sing.
Yeah, everyone takes turns.
We all turn. We can all play our own instruments. I can jump on the drums. We
can all swap.
Yeah, we can all
each other's
swap.
Instrument continue.
It's kind of crazy when it comes to playing. And for me, it feels great. When we had rehearsals yesterday, and my God, man, it was a great rehearsal, man, dude. And it's always like that with us. It's just, how do you call it? It's I don't know what it is. It's just we just click, and when it clicks, it feels great, dude. And when we play in front of people and we know it, My God, dude, it's powerful energy, man. You know, especially when we go play other places, like in San Diego, we play LA, and we go play other, and the feedback we get is like, it's really super positive. I mean, it is what it is. I mean, you know, sometimes you don't get along with people, but I get along with this dude and Gilbert. My God, this dude.
There's zero drama.
There's zero drama. We have
drama.
a blast. My God, it's a freaking blast. It's like hardcore fun. It's awesome, man. Especially when we leave and we go play in other cities and stuff. Oh my God, we have a great time, man, dude. San Diego, woo. We played our second gig we ever played was the Whiskey A Go Go in Hollywood. That was our second gig, dude. So we walked into the Whiskey, and I walked in, and Luis is over here, man, come on. And we started walking down the hallways, man, upstairs, and I was just tripping out because it was like Van Halen, Motley Crue, Led Zeppelin, the Rolling Stones, and you have all these pictures. You're walking down the hallway and you're going, "Oh my God, I'm gonna play here right now, dude," and stuff. And that was such a reality check for us, dude. For me, I was like, this band is taking off, and it seems like every gig we do, it's like another stepping stone, and we just keep on, you know. And the thing it is, you know, we're an original band because we write our own music, man. You know, we're how do you call it? We're not. We do covers, but you know, I feel that the original music is solid and it works out good. We played Mexicali maybe like a month ago, and my God, we played at a brewery and they were like, whoa, crap! Like, well, who wrote that? And we're we wrote it, and it's incredible, you know. And everybody writes and everybody puts in the input, and that's the whole thing. You know, no, but there's not a leader here. There's not a thing. We all put in the input, and there's nobody, you know, nobody's ahead of any of us. And we're only three. Better yet. Yeah, nice. Instead of having 5 or 6 people, there's only 3. So our decision making is fast and quick, and we make business decisions because we started to run it like a business now. Pretty much, I mean, because Rocky's been doing this for a while. I mean, he's a guy that, you know, I consider him the manager because this guy manages. And I love it, you know, and stuff. And you know, it is what it is. You know, everybody shares a part, and that's the only way it works, dude. I mean,
yeah. So, go back to you say you each sing. So do all of you guys write your own songs and then bring it to the band and say, or how's that work? How do you guys decide to sing what songs?
I'm the structure freak.
Yeah,
like if things aren't I don't say done my way, but done the correct way. Yeah. Like I'm like, we're not touching this, or we're not, you know, until everything comes together. Right. So I'm that guy. I guess the ass of the band. I guess is what I call it. What happens is he'll do his job and say, I wrote a song. And, you know, he makes his intro, his chorus, his verse, whatever, and he brings it to the table. And this is what I got. And he's usually very good at what he does. He does his job. It's not like one of them musicians that join a band just to be a part of a cool thing and expects that everyone's going to put in their 2 cents so that he does the least amount of work. He does his job 100%. So when he comes to us, he says, look, this is what's here, this is what's here, this is the energy I want here. So I sit there, and then I'm the one that becomes, okay, well, you know what? You can add more emotion here, you can add more emotion there, we can do this, this, and this, and that. Last night's a prime example. He brought a song, I don't think we had heard it before.
No, it was brand new.
And by the end of the night, we had a brand new, well-structured song. And it just... I heard the bass lines. They are not just following the guitar. He's getting a little, adding his taste to it. I'm adding my taste to it. And I like that because I've been doing this for 15 plus years, and I know what it's like to be in a band where out of 4 people, only 2 of us are doing all the work. Yeah. And it becomes fatiguing because you got to go present that to people.
Yeah, I've seen that. Yeah, or we're like, there might be a band, even sometimes I've seen bands that are 3 people, only one guy is really doing everything.
Correct, and that's what I like about this band is that it doesn't work that way. Yeah. I think because we all put in our own 2 cents. I mean, we all do our job. I guess you can say that. So I'm always going to go back to saying that. He is a guitarist, singer, a writer. I'm a guitarist, a singer, a writer, but I have the production part, the audio engineering on that. My bassist is a bassist, a singer, a pianist, you know, a guitarist. So when you have all that in the table, it's really easy to get things done like that.
That's awesome. Yeah.
So as soon as I know within the next 2-3 days he's going to come over, he's going to record his guitars, he's going to put his vocals on it, and it's going to sound empty just like that. Then I'm going to have to sit there and play drums over that until it sounds really good, and then we put the bass line, put it through mixing, editing, mastering, and that's what you guys get to listen to within a week or two.
That's awesome.
So it's I guess we're lucky because it's a damn good chemistry, and I've always been a big advocate. Like if there's that one negative thing in that band, it affects all chemistry. So like if he writes an idea, and I'm like, well, I don't like it, I'm already whether it's an opinion that I'm allowed to have or not, I'm already affecting it.
Yeah.
I can't say that at any given time we have ever once come up with an idea and any of us shot it down. We've made every one of our ideas bigger by making it grow. It's like instead of throwing the pot and seed out in the trash, we each water it and it blossoms out big. And
yesterday was a prime example.
Yeah.
And speaking of the finished product, where can people find you guys, your music and stuff? You guys have,
it's a little complicated for me to promote it now because of an issue. You got some of you guys may know that I had the L.E. Rocky Facebook page since 2009, and just most recently, I guess Facebook started requesting that you show an ID.
Oh.
If you had a fake name.
Oh,
and because I refused to do that, they canned my page.
Oh, no.
And along with that went Redline Studios.
Oh.
And in there, I mean, the page still exists till today. You can go on Facebook and type in Redline Studios, and you'll see all my work.
But you can't add anything to it.
But you can't. You can try and contact it. I'm never gonna see it. So I mean, the best way you can get a hold of me is at the Rocky Alval Facebook page. Send me a message directly. It's Redline Studios, located in Imperial.
Instagram.
And Instagram, I actually do have an Instagram page for that. It's under Redline Studios. And I record anything from as small as a vocal cover on top of a track to anything as big as a band.
Also, you take clients in,
yes,
even if it's just a single person?
Correct. It'll be, I mean, I've had clients as young as 15 years old whose parents bring them in and they do, you know, some singing, and I've taken on full bands. Sometimes I'll get odd jobs, like yesterday somebody hired me to clip 3 songs for a wedding.
No.
I mean, you know, it's not what I do, but I'm also not going to say no.
Yeah.
So yeah, I do all of that on there. So it'd be under Redline Studios. I'm still trying to sort out how I'm going to make a new page for people to get a hold of me, but for now, Instagram and my main Facebook page is where you're going to be able to find me. It's a bit of a pickle. You know? So.
Yeah, it seems like things are always more complicated here in the valley for some reason.
Yeah.
Like that. But
I believe it.
I'm going to break just for our sponsors. Again, like usual, we have our #1 sponsor, TNT Anger Management, out of Westlake, California. They do online anger management. You can see them at www.tntams.com. You know, thank you, Norm, for the sponsorship. And Rolling Rock, we're still looking for sponsors. Or Rolling Rock's competition, we'll take you guys too.
Right on, man.
And also give a shout out to my cousin from Yuma, Arizona, in Quality Events. They DJ quinceañeras, weddings, and private parties. So, hey, so that's my sponsorship.
Right on, man. That'll work.
So, you guys, where can they find your music? Do you have like a YouTube or?
Yeah, we went through a company called TuneCore, which I'm pretty sure that's what almost every artist that's signed or not goes through there. And what you do is we upload our music into there, and they're like predominantly in charge of every platform that exists around the world.
They send it out.
So straight out, as soon as we send our song through there, you'll be able to find us on Google Play, iTunes, YouTube. If you can think about it, it's on there.
And they take care of your royalties too. So?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Take care of royalties.
We didn't know up until recently.
Oh yeah, you actually got your first royalty check?
Yeah, we did.
Nice.
It paid for our.
It pays for our
It pays for the next track to go up.
Yeah.
Congratulations on that.
Yeah.
Something is something, you know.
Somebody out there is buying our music
Yeah.
somewhere in this universe, man. Because he told me, he's like, hey, man.
Well, last time I checked, it was 114 purchases.
Oh, nice.
And that's 99 cents. I mean, so what happened was the next two songs were on the house.
Yeah.
It says, you want to use your debit card or would you like to use your credit?
Oh, nice. Yeah.
I mean, it's not big, and it's
That's
not huge, but I mean, to us, it was pretty cool.
Yeah, I mean, I've been putting this podcast on YouTube for 2 years now, I think it is, and like you'll make money off YouTube.
It's hard. It's hard, yeah.
It's hard.
It's hard.
It's really hard.
I believe you.
Especially here in the valley, because it's easier, obviously, if you're in a big town because you're millions of people or whatever. But yeah, here you're gonna really get that type of.
It's very hard to people support other things around here. Yeah.
For sure, man.
But yeah, it's awesome. I mean, I would love to get even a few cents, just that cents. Hey, you're a paid artist.
Yeah, it was actually my second time. Our
nice.
Spotify account apparently has money we have not claimed.
Oh, wow.
So
awesome.
yeah, I didn't know. I didn't know. We put up one track. We let that thing roll.
Oh, on one track.
And then I think it was 4 weeks ago when we released our most recent single.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm flying. We uploaded it and it says that we had money in Spotify. We have yet to check. I mean, I'm pretty sure it's only like 14, 15 bucks, but still,
That's
I mean,
that's
14, 15 bucks. That's 14, 15
yeah,
bucks.
yeah. And it shows.
I'll
that,
take it.
Yeah, and that means people are listening to your music, though.
Yeah.
So that's awesome.
Yeah, it's not bad. I mean, it's really cool when I wake up and like you look at your phone and somebody will send you a picture from Utah or San Francisco and they're like rocking out to my friend's band. It's a really cool feeling.
Nice.
You don't think of anything other than like, damn, like I remember like just drinking at my pad and just like going to town on this piece of work all night long and just getting aggravated that I couldn't get the sound I wanted, and then eventually when it was good enough to go, you know, you just like when you see that, you kind of just remember, damn, I was putting some work into that, you know.
That's awesome.
And people are out there liking it. It's a pretty cool feeling.
Yeah. Hell yeah, it is.
That's awesome. You mentioning Utah, you said that you guys send out your merchandise all over the country.
Yeah, I mean, we have friends that moved away. That were from here, and they would call and say, hey man, let me get a shirt, a hat, or whatever. And what we would do is we get like a little UPS box or a little bag or whatever, and we put in like what they order, like a shirt, hats, pins, stickers, and we ship them away. We sent one out, I think it was to Utah, Sacramento, San Francisco, and then we see them posted on Instagram, like, oh, supporting like.
Yeah, they'll be at the bars with our shirts on. They'll take pictures and put them on Instagram.
One of my friends came all the way down from Alabama. Tony Turner is his name. A very amazing musician.
Oh yeah, this guy's awesome.
Got
singer.
a voice like no other.
Yeah.
You know, he took some of our merch, and it's pretty cool because I guess he's trying to get involved with playing bands. And I see him right there at the local bar playing with Three Kings.
Nice. So where can my 5 viewers reach out to get your merchandise?
You can go directly to our Instagram page. I think it's our most active page.
Is it just the Three Kings?
Yeah, just the Three Kings. You can look it up on Facebook. And it's as simple as saying what you're interested in. I mean, these shirts are going anywhere between 15 to 20 bucks. Your hats are going for like 20 bucks. And then when you make that kind of purchase, we include pins, stickers for free in the package. And for those of everybody who's been supporting the band, we're keeping a list. Like my girlfriend sat there and put in hours of time to make an Excel sheet. And I think within the first 3 days, we made almost $800 of selling stuff, and we kept the list of names. And whenever it is we invest into an album and you know, the CD, a professional looking CD, anyone who purchased from us will have access to us delivering that CD to them for free.
Nice.
So
and that's coming soon.
Yeah, it is coming soon. That's coming right around the corner because I think we're already tipping nine originals.
When do you expect that to drop?
Anywhere between March and April.
Yeah, for sure.
Around that time, we need to hire the company that's going to do the CD covers, the actual CDs. We've already invested into the album art and everything. So it's just a matter of when that day comes around, and have our CDs to hand out.
Yeah,
It's a great thing. We're not in it for the profit. I mean, it's more
No.
of just throwing our stuff out there. And CDs are honestly probably gonna go for $5. But
Yeah.
I mean, if somebody's out of cash, you know, just take it, man. You know.
Yeah, no, obviously we all, you know, entertainers do it because of the love of the art.
Oh, yeah, bro.
But you also would like to get compensated just.
I mean, at least for what we put in.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
We're not trying to get rich off of it.
Like I'm happy breaking even. Like
Right.
else.
yeah,
you didn't even make money off that. Well, you paid my gas.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, don't talk about me, man.
We don't-
I'm not in this podcast.
We don't do any of this for money, to be perfectly honest. Well, we dropped a grand in merchandise, and we got back a lot within the first week, and we were able to make a couple heavy other expenses after. I think we went back and spent another $180 on stuff, and basically that very first investment just allowed for things to just continue to roll. Never be out of merchandise now, which is cool because the way we see it, we only made one investment.
Oh yeah, because
And now it's just it's by itself. It's already the profits are kind of rolling in on its own, which is kind of cool because I don't see us really needing to buy stuff. I think we have say $300 left. I just made we made 2 expenditures. One cost us like $150, and it was something really dumb. We bought some stands for our banners for when we perform. You know, that came out to $160. You know, so it's things like that. Where you know, this came out of the support of the people. We made, you know, that it wouldn't be happening because if it was really coming out of our pocket, we'd be hurting a little more.
So, any upcoming gigs that you might want to tell people about? That any shows, events?
At this juncture, we're a little bit, I guess, at a stalemate right now.
For December,
the holidays and stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, we did get offered gigs. I mean, but
we've been getting offered gigs a lot. If we would take everything we've been offered, we'd have at least every weekend booked. But due to, you know, I do have an injury on my shoulder, it is really hard to kind of play. And but that's something we'll jump over. The only thing we do have guaranteed on the books right now is the show in March at the Kegger Brewing.
Lollapalooza Jug Fest, March 21st at Kegger Brewing Company.
So we have that. We are considering, it's in Long Beach. It's a place called the Federal. We're iffy on that, and we also have the House of Blues on standby too.
And when are those dates?
I think it's on the 21st and the 22nd, but we might not make it due to some other stuff, but we'll keep you guys posted on that.
Nice.
You know.
Yeah.
But come January, February, it's
pick up.
Yeah, that's the whole thing. We're waiting for this period that, you know, because it's Christmas and to take
his daughter got married. And
that
get married in the middle of our tour.
We got offered a date at the house.
At
the whiskey.
Oh,
again.
Nice.
They gave us 3 dates and none of which we could pick up.
They wanted us to. They gave us a date to open up for Faster Pussycat.
Nice.
Yeah, and I wanted to do that gig because I think that's cool. Those guys are really badass, man. Those guys are like, to me, like LA Guns kind of.
The
80s rock
favorite song, dude.
Right, dude, right? Dude, man, when they gave us that offer, and I was like, dude, but it was going to be on December 28th. Oh my God, man, that's too close to New Year's Eve. And I was like, told this dude, no, it ain't going to happen, dude. But
we've had to say no, and it hurts every time.
Yeah, man, I mean.
That is awesome, though.
Whether it's at a bar in front of 10 people or it's at a different area with, like at the Art Walk with a couple hundred, to us, it feels the same, no matter how big the crowd is. It hurts to say no. But
it does.
We just want to get over this holiday season thing that way.
Yeah, because when January comes, oh my God, I want to jam, man. Every gig we get, I want to be there, dude.
But I mean, we're not wasting time.
No,
we're not wasting time. We're
practicing.
Now that I have this to tend to, we're really focusing on the writing material. Yeah. I think probably before we went into this phase of pausing shows, we only had I think like 5 originals solid, and now we're up to 9.
Yeah,
and
still cranking them out, man. Just gave me more time to write.
Mm-hmm.
And that's all I've really been doing. Because the writing process, it's like he says, I go to these dudes, man, and then it becomes our song, because, I mean, I'm basically retired. I don't really, I'm just chilled, man. So I get to write. So I write, and I tell this dude I'm writing, and then like yesterday was like, hey, I said, hey, I have a song, dude. All right, man, show it. So I start playing it, and then right away, man, it's like, you know, what do you think? What do you think? And I talked to the bass player. Hey, Gilbert, what's up, dude? And he said, no, we should start it off like this. We should. And then all the ideas start coming in. And next thing you know, starts taking off. All right, let's start it. Boom, boom, boom. And next thing you know, we went from start to finish. And it was like, what the shit? This dude.
By the end of the night.
And the reason I knew it was, you know what reason I knew it was, it sounded great, dude. It felt so good because I got these goosebumps, dude. It was unbelievable. And I was like, my God, this song sounded, dude, I'm sorry.
I think it's
it sounded killer. I loved it.
Everything we write is pretty basic rock, and I think this one we wrote last night was our first thrashy.
Yeah, more like LA Guns, you know, like LA sleazy rock. I love that shit. I really do. I think I write like that, dude. I love it. And I also write about a bunch of hookers and shit. Sex, drugs, and rock and roll, and prostitution. Hey, man, what can I say, dude? I'm not political, man. I'm not U2 or Bono. I'm not Bono, man.
Look, going back to the Chuck Fest, you're going to be running the sound.
Yeah, we're going to be running sound. Me and his son got together with the idea of building a company. We're still in the works for it. I'm currently trying to build a company where I provide sound and a scene as much as what you're reading on my hat.
Is that the name of your...
No. This is the Riot Scene from San Diego. It's a personal friend of mine who owns it up in SD, and he's been doing amazing work. The dude's having a show at least 3-4 times a week. And what I love about it is that you go over to his shows, and he's got the hanging banners. He's got those tents that say Riot Scene, all that kind of stuff. And it was in process that I was going to bring this name here. I told him that I wanted to bring the name here, you know, and he'd be my manager, but it may not work. He's too overbooked. So in running sound, going back to the main question is, I want to build something called the Red Line Scene. And the Red Line Scene would be something that I run. Me and Justin would run sound, Red Line Audio. It's all going to be Red Line Studio, Red Line.
I was going to ask you, would that be separate, or would someone be able to hire you also just for sound?
Yeah, but I would predominantly limit myself away from anything that is extremely professional in the sense of weddings and stuff like that, because that's, I mean, me personally. Justin Salgado is someone you can hire for that anytime, but won't take the name Red Line for that. He's under Justin Salgado.
So what type of would he be?
What my thing would be is to provide a very high quality sound and live setting for local bands to be able to perform. Not to sound too negative, but I personally believe this town has a very lack of interest towards our musicians, and I'm not trying to bash it or anything, but nobody's running a scene. And when I grew up here at 15 years old, we had a girl named Kelly. Hi, Kelly. She was the first one around our time when I was 15 years old to run her own, I think it was Foreplay Productions at the time, and she went out of her way to put us bands together, and from one day to the next it just stopped. So I want to bring that up, and I want to provide my sound for bands, get in touch with venues, bars, and be the guy who shows up and sets everything up. I want the banners out and show people we have a scene in the town.
Yeah, unfortunately it's not just with music. I think it's with any artistic entertainment, anything like that here in Imperial County. I don't know why.
I think we all do. We might just not say it on video.
Yeah, that might be true too. And you know why? You know who you are.
Right, dude. You who's not even watching this video
right. Your ears are burning. But
He's already clicking on the next video.
It is a big issue here.
It's a bummer.
Yeah.
It's a bummer because, when I lived in SD for about 6 years, I was in a band for 4.5. Almost made it to the 5-year mark. It was really cool. Anywhere you went, if you worked a minimum wage job or a decent paying job, wherever, anywhere you went, hey, I'm in a band. Really? When can I go see you? And just that acceptance towards that kind of thing, that I guess what you could say, that the way they backed you up about it was great. Here it's like, hey, I'm in a band. Really? I mean, it's all about reggaeton and CrossFit around here. It's like, it's really sad though. It really is, because there are some amazing painters out there. There are some amazing. I've seen there's a girl named Kimberly. I see all her stuff all the time. There's And it sucks that they have to try so hard just to barely get, you know, some form of exposure. But in SD, people just love anything like that. I guess, I don't know, maybe people are just a little more open-minded to things. They back you up and really when can I go?
Yeah.
Here it's like, well, I mean, if I'm not doing anything, you know, and it is what it is, I guess.
And that's one of the reasons I like I told you, it was a different format when I first started the show, and that's why I kind of switched to this. Cause I want to try to promote more artists, more artistic.
For sure, man.
Not just entertainers, but yeah, any type of artistic thing that we can promote and push it out there. Like I remember, maybe like 2 or 3 years ago, it seemed like it was starting to build up because they had the Brawley First Fridays, and then they had Nights on Main Street in El Centro. And then the art walk here, but it seems like every once in a while we still have the art walk, but it seems like it's more like every 3 months, maybe 4 months.
It's spread around.
Yeah, Brawley doesn't have their First Fridays anymore. El Centro doesn't have the Nights on Main. Like, why?
I personally have my opinion on it, and I think it's because we don't have anyone who'll stand up and grab it. I don't think that somebody. It's what I'm going to do, and I'm not just saying it to say it. I do plan on investing in, some logos, banners, the same thing that the riot scene did for this town. And be that guy where people hit me up and say, hey, man, because, I mean, I'm not always going to be able to play, and then I'm cool with that. But I would be able to, on a Saturday night, be able to hit up Pentagonal and say, hey, man, I got my lineup. I'm bringing my scene here. And hit up who I think is making the investment and the time to play, not just because you can kind of pick the artists that are just doing it to, be cool, and then you can kind of see the ones that are it's coming out of here, and those are the ones that you kind of want to tell them, hey, you know what, dude, I got a spot for you on the Saturday night, yada yada yada. No pay to play schemes, none of that. It'd be straight, hey, come over, play.
None of that. You have to bring 5 people.
Correct. We don't want to do any of that. I want to be able to run it a little bit with Justin as much as I can. If not, I've already brought it up to Gary where maybe he can come help or my bass can help. I know my girlfriend would always be willing to help in any way possible. And I think that is why it's just nobody grabs it. Nobody says, I'm gonna own the scene here and I'm gonna make it happen every Saturday, or I'm gonna have, I think people here so about themselves they kind of forget about the community. So what they're gonna do is they're going to make this like scene, this concert, blah blah, but then you never hear from them again. Yeah. Like that name's gone, and as Redline has been, it in the valley. I mean, there's people I get contacting me all the time. Hey, dude, you have a studio? I didn't know you had a studio. I work in a place where there's 600 employees, and it took them like a year and a half to find out. Obviously, it got to their ear, and I think if you put that amount of work into just being the guy that, walks in the hot rods and says, hey, dude, I own my sound, my label, and I want to bring you business. Give these people to come out and expose themselves every other weekend, because it's hard for them. It's really hard for them.
So again, you said that your next event, the only one you have planned is the Lupapalooza Chunk Fest.
Yes.
In March, on March 21st at the Calexico Brewing Company, and it's an event that's it's organized by Friends of Kegger. Friends of Kegger is a nonprofit organization that here in the Valley, it's federally recognized. And what we do is we help families with funeral costs from the money we make. We if a family has a child at the Children's Hospital in San Diego, we've helped with transportation costs. In fact, one of our members once even drove a mom over there herself. Wow. And then the other thing that we do is out of this music festival, we try to put aside some money to give at least one IDC music major scholarship. Cool. So those are the 3 main things that we do with these events. So Friends of Kegger, you can find us on Facebook. We also have a Facebook. We also have our own webpage. It's friendsofkegger.com/WordPress, I believe it is. So we're looking forward to you guys watching you guys that day. Thank you for coming on. Thank you, Gary. Thank you, Luis. All right. So next time, shut up.
Right on, man.